Hello! Long time no see. How's everyone doing? I say that there's a few people that, will have trouble uploading and stuff because of Easter holidays and going out of range to upload things. So I kind of feel good about that because now I'm not the only one. I have a list of things to do today that need to get done because I had the 2 days off, so it's kind of like catch up. It's like lots to talk about. I have to do laundry, so I figure while I'm uploading, I'll go downstairs and do some laundry and then go to the store really quickly. Hello. I know I already have makeup on too. This is fine. Everything's normal. What is this mark? It's gone. Goodbye. Goodbye. Yeah, so after I go to the grocery store to get some stuff, then I'm going to do my Let's Play, which is, like, I'm really excited about. And then, probably after I do that, I'll probably upload some more, continue doing laundry, like, as it's uploading, put some things away, because nothing was cleaned this past weekend, and, yeah, so, and then, yes, and then do my stream after I upload some videos. I need to make time for some editing, and, yeah, so, and that's how that'll be. Maybe I'll make some, like a nifty dinner for, like, Easter dinner, because, like, why not? Put something in the slow cooker. Yeah, so, yeah, sorry about not updating. I didn't bother doing a vlog there because, like, it was really cold to go outside, and I did not bring a coat. Because I like, when you travel from the ferries and shit like that, like, you don't want to bring too much, especially when it's, like, only, like, an overnight, like, trip. And then last night I didn't post one because we got home pretty late from Luke's birthday, and I was, like, pretty tired, just because that was the same day, too, that I'd gotten home from one of the ferries. So it had been a very long day for me. So, yeah, Friday we had off because it was Good Friday, so that was cool. Went to the gym. Mark picked me up, went on the ferry, and it was really nifty, really cool, because I have never, like, I'm not, like, usually Martin plays the games when we go on the ferry, so I ended up bringing the Switch this time, and it made the time go by so fast, which was, like, awesome. Like, it's definitely something that I'm going to continue doing, because all the times that I've gone on, it always feels so long. And then this time it was like, I would check the time and I'd be like, oh shit. And then I'd look around and like, oh, everyone's already gone. All right. And yeah, so it's definitely going to be a future thing that I'm going to do. Yeah, so I got there, like, my cousin came and, like, picked me up, and, so that was nice. I got to meet her boyfriend for the first time in the whole time. Because, like, she started dating Mark a little bit before me and Martin started dating. Like, right before I left, she was like, I need to tell you about this guy. And I was like, that's really funny, because I need to tell you about my guy that I met. And I think it was before I left. I think so. But, yeah, so she had met Mark, and he was just perfect for her, because like, she's kind of a free spirit, especially when it comes to relationships. Like, I always made a saying where it's like, she was never single, but never in a relationship, if that makes any sense. She, because I remember her, like, telling me about, like, guys and stuff like that, but when she told me about this one, it was like, you can tell it was the real deal. And yeah, and I never got to meet him. It had been forever since like I had seen my cousin. The last time I saw her was at my grandpa's funeral. Before that was Easter, where I hadn't seen her in a few years either. And I surprised her as well. And of course, you know, their family things. So Laura comes down to see us, like her family, and then Mark goes on to see his family. So it never matched up, and I've never gone to visit Laura in Montreal. Maybe one day I will, if when she moves back. Like I'll be like, you know what, I'm gonna come visit. But I think, you know, her being out here, she realizes like how expensive it can be because I remember me and her had talked about like flying home to go visit for like Easter, and then she realized like how long it takes, and then the expense, and then even with like her schooling, it was like, I'm like, bro, like we'll plan another trip another time. Like it's not gonna work, because even for me losing like, you know, Dwell, it's like to try and find like coverage and stuff like that. I'm like, I don't know when I'll be able to take time off, just saying. So yeah, so she picked me up, we went and bought a bunch of things like wine, and it was funny, like I drank wine, and it had been actually a really long time since I've been like wine drunk. I think the last time was like a few weeks ago of just like, you know, getting drunk. And it was, I think with her it was like a shorter period of time too, so it was a little bit more. But I was telling her about my like my anxiety attack that I get when I am going to bed and I have drink wine, and then I wake up at like 4 o'clock in the morning and I'm panicking, and she's like, that's your blood sugar dropping. And I was like, oh, this makes sense, because when you drink wine, because it's high on the glycemic index, so it raises your blood sugars all the way up, and then you go to bed, so that after a couple of hours of your blood sugars being so high, they dramatically just drop, and then you're sleeping, so it like you're just in this state, and your body's like, what are we doing? Oh my god, we're dying. So it was and because she used to get that as well, so that was actually really cool to kind of get that explanation. Yeah, and then we chilled. I introduced her to New Girl, and like I got to meet Mark because he made dinner. And that was really nice. He seems like a really nice guy. Like, really easy to talk to. I don't know why I expected him to be, like, you know, a dick. Because, like, my cousins never dated dickheads. At least, I don't think so. Or I've never met enough of them to know. Like, but I just, like, not like I pictured him to be a jerk. But I was like, am I going to be able to relate to him? Because, you know, we have different interests. And, like, of course, me and Laura get along because we're cousins. And we, like, grew up together. But then when meeting him, he was like super easy to get along with, and I'm like 10 out of 10, Laura, 10 out of 10. Yeah, and then we chilled, like drank wine, watched New Girl, and I love that show. It's such a good show. And we went to bed. We woke up. We had the intent on working out, but we didn't, because they had a band meeting via Skype, and I think it took longer than expected. And then because we wanted to do the hike at least, so we did like a simple hike around this lake, which was super fun, and we took awful pictures. It was great. Not awful, we found some good ones out of those. But yeah, and so the hike was good, just to kind of do something active even in the short span of time, so that was a lot of fun. And got to spend lots more time with Mark, so that was good. And then we went and ate, and it wasn't too crazy. It was just like a really good visit that I had a lot of fun at. And yeah, so that brings us to now today, because then I came home. I got the 5 p.m. ferry, got home at like 7, and Martin's like, okay, like Luke's been posting about not being able to hold the table because people are late, because he said 6 and people aren't there yet. And I'm like, oh, like, he wanted us, like, right there at 6, and he's like, yeah, apparently so. So I was like, well, fuck. So we went and left right away. Like, I just threw on, I don't know, different pair of pants so that I could not be in what I wore the whole day. Ooh, that's what happens when you lose monitor power. That's how much light they give off so they can show my glowing face. Yeah, so we went to Luke's birthday, so that was nice. Got to, actually kind of put some time into his girlfriend. And she, like, the last couple of times that I've seen her, she's been very quiet. And, like, this time, like, for her to be there and stuff like that. And, like, and there was such, like, because we know Luke, but we don't know Luke's friends. Or, like, we know some of them. And, like, Dwell's one of those people. So it was, like, to be there without that, we were like, oh shit, who we talked to? So I got to talk to her a bit, and she you know what, I really like her too. Like, really nice girl. A lot more mature than I thought. For whatever reason, I don't know if I just feel like it was as if he was dating someone else prior, and then this other one. But yeah, and then today we did the Easter hunt with Hannah and Martin. So that was a lot of fun. I honestly was, like, worried that she wouldn't understand the concept of, like, finding eggs and putting them in, like, baskets. Because she's, like, 16 months old. And, like, she actually did, like, a really good job. And I was really happy because, yeah, she came out. And at first we're like, okay, like, look it. So she would try and, like, grab as many eggs as she can, like, in her hands while holding her basket. Because she really liked the basket. And, like, so she would have, like, her hands full, like, just crushed with, like, chocolate, and then she would have the basket, but then she'd find more, and then she'd try and like grab those ones, but then realize that, like, she couldn't hold all of them, and then she's like, just put them in my basket, and then she's like, whoa, and then she would get a bunch, and she'd, like, revel in her riches, and then, like, we're like, oh, there's more, so she tried to take some from, like, Martin's basket too, so that was super cute. Yeah. And then we went for breakfast, and now I'm here. And I know it's a longer vlog just because, I'm behind. So I figured I'd update you guys, let y'all know what was up. But yeah, now I'm able to actually upload it and stuff, so I'm super, super pumped. And I don't think Martin did one yesterday. So, like, just an FYI. So, what were we on? 41? Alright. Quest number 41!